Hi, welcome to An American Accent. Today we're looking at pronunciation of some common academic abbreviations that you might run into if you're doing research and writing a research paper. So we're going to look at three types of abbreviations. The first two are from Latin words, and the last one is abbreviations of English words. So this first one, some of them are common in regular text and some of them really only in research papers. So C period or CA period stands for circa, which means about or around or approximately, just as in the word circle or circumstance or circus. Etc. is very common and means and so on or and so forth. And it stands for et cetera. Et means and, cetera means the rest. So you might have picked up even from a teacher or other Americans that say etc. as if the C is before the T, but it's not. It's et cetera. That's the correct pronunciation. Et al. Is something you only run into in citations in text or in bibliographies or works cited lists of authors. Et again means and. Al is short for ali, which means others and others. So if you, let's say you have multiple authors and it becomes really, really long, especially in text, to write in parentheses, you might just use the first author and then put et al. Period after. It means Johnson and all the rest of the authors. And then we have sick. It's not used terribly much, but when you run into it, it might be seeming strange to you. And it means so in Latin. And what it means is it's really spelled this way. And it could be an unusual spelling, maybe from a different accent of English, or from maybe for some other reason, something that is surprising, a surprising use of a word. And just to make sure people don't think that the writer of the research paper itself is the one making a mistake, they might put, usually in brackets, but sometimes parentheses, put sick after that word. And then we have versus period. That means against, meaning two people against each other, for example, in court, or pro versus con, advantages compared to disadvantages, and so forth. Now, a couple of very common abbreviations from Latin that occur in many academic texts are Latin, but we actually say them as English translations. So the very common E period, G period, which stands for exempli gratia, which means, for example. And when we see this, we usually just pronounce it as for example. And the same thing with I period, E period. So IE stands for isto es, which means that is, which is exactly how we say this abbreviation. It's used when you have a term or a concept and you need to explain it more, not just give an example, but actually explaining it. You would say that is, and then comes the explanation. And then there are many academic abbreviations that are just abbreviations of English. P period or PG period means page. PP period or PGS period means pages. So you should see more than one number after, for example, 7 hyphen 10, 7 through 10. And then quoted in is something you will see in an in-text citation. Let's say your source has an interview inside of it, and a person named Smith is saying something, but the author is really Matthews. So you want to refer to the source written by Matthews, but the name Smith is in the text. There's a quotation. So then you put quoted in and then the name of your source. And then a last one that might be a little confusing in bibliographies and works cited lists is UP. And this stands for University Press, and it will come after a name of a university because many universities print their own books. Hopefully this helps. It's not easy to do research and write papers, so hopefully this comes in handy. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.